Hey guys, it's Shara from Shara Made Crochet, back for another video. Sorry. If I'm going to try to make this quick because I just turned off my AC and that can be very dangerous in near 100-degree weather. So yeah, I'm gonna get right to it. I did not intend for me to be gone from, like, I never intend to be gone for longer than I am, but long story short, this is the third time that I've tried to film this video. Because this is the third time, I have a lot to show you. Like, I have a laundry basket here for me to put my stuff in because I'm surrounded by things. But let's jump into it. So last month, in June, so actually back in January, I pre-ordered an Addy king size knitting machine, which is the same knitting machine that Crystal from Bago Day has. Basically, I bought it with the intention of using up some yarn that I basically didn't feel like I would ever use because I'm not a hat person, and these are like hat quantities or scarf quantities of yarn, and they're basically, you know, the random skeins of yarn that we have in our stash. I wanted to get rid of because I have more than I'll ever be able to knit or crochet in my life, so I needed some help. So I pre-ordered that, and then last month in June I received it. I had to pre-order it because after Christmas it was it needed to go back into manufacturing. The warehouses needed to make all of them again. So a lot of stores were accepting pre-orders and they were selling out like hotcakes, the pre-orders. So anyways, like I said, I received my machine last month. It is safely tucked away. It is a big and bulky thing, and I am surrounded by stuff, so I'm not going to take it out to show you. I am sure that if you watch Crystal from Bago Day, you've seen it. Pamela from Pamela's Adoring Crochet has also she has shown it off. It's a great machine, and so I decided to make a whole bunch of hats. So let me go ahead and show you the hats. Now, I'm pretty sure I have close to 30 hats here right next to me. So what I will tell you about the yarn is that I either used worsted weight yarn or DK weight yarn. I found that those were the ones that the machine liked most. Not Red Heart. It still caught on my Red Heart yarn, or it tried to catch on my Red Heart yarn. So I haven't used, I'm kind of straying away from Red Heart for that. But, yeah, I think that's really all there is to know about it. I just used whatever 4-weight or 3-weight yarn that was accessible to me. So, 1, 2, you'll see like 4 or 5 of these Christmas hats. 2, 3, 4, let's see if I can, 5. This is a 2-toned hat. I will link in the description box down below the tutorial I used to make this because I love the look of things like this. So, and if you don't fold it up, it's an extra long beanie. But I love it because it's completely reversible. But yeah, I'll leave a link to the in the description for the tutorial for the two-toned. Anyways, more of these hats. This looks the same as before, but it's actually, I actually used a DK weight yarn, but for a period of time I was like really into turquoise, so we have this one, two of these. Another green and taupe colored one. There we go. Royal blue. Two pinks. That one. So many hats, you guys. This looks really cute. A blue and white one. A pastel-y orange one. Another Christmas hat one. So that's what, 6 of those? And then a third of this pink hat. Another one of these. And then I had some leftover scrap yarn from all those projects, or like half of those projects actually. And I haven't gotten around to the other half just yet, but I ended up making some sections for Warm Up America. So I have all of these. This is made using, I think all of these are used, I used a 6mm crochet hook. And they're just 7 by 9 inch rectangles that Warm Up America uses to stitch together a blanket for their charities. That's all of that. I think that's Karen Simply Soft in Robin's Egg. And I have 1, 2, 3, and 4. I ran out of yarn clearly here, and this is like Stylecraft Special DK, no, Special Aran. I want to say the color is walnut, but I'm not quite sure. So I have that. This I tried to make a hat out of, but the yarn ended up catching somewhere in there, and I decided after the 3rd time that it wasn't a fluke and it was just the yarn, so I set it aside and I decided I was just going to turn those into sections because the yarn needed to get used up. And then finally these. So that's that, but wait, there's more. I have 3 blankets. Okay, so starting with the oldest first. This is made using a 6mm crochet hook and loops and thread tweed in like oatmeal or something along those lines. The pattern I used, I will leave a link in the description box down below because there's really no formal title to the pattern, but it is a tutorial by Allison Russel Crochet. And it is more or less my go-to pattern for lap blankets at the moment. And then this is upside down. This is Hobby Lobby Rustic Romantic, and I use the same 6mm crochet hook to get what I wanted. I don't know if you can see all that. It's the same blanket as the light colored one. And the size of the blanket is roughly 35 by 45 inches. And the reason why they're that size is because it was requested by Warm Up America to make the blankets in that size. And the last one is made using a Stylecraft special DK and cream, and then Beautiful You yarn in the colorway Spanish Vila. And I was super desperate to get rid of the the Beautiful You yarn, to the point where I decided that I was going to make a more solid looking blanket so I wouldn't have to make two. And I made it a little bit wider, what have you. I didn't use a specific tutorial for this. I've liked the ripple, I think it's the ripple crochet look. So I went and found like what stitch count that I needed and what have you. But Creative Grandma, I think is her name, Glenda. She, what did she do? She made a tutorial using Red Heart Super Saver Ombre, and it's basically the same stitch that I used. So I will link hers down below if you wanted to have a reference point. But here it is. So I did a fade in and a fade out. So it looks exactly the same on one side as it does on the other. Oh my goodness, this is a very long blanket. So yeah, those are the makes that I have made in the last few weeks, I want to say. My camera is blinking very angrily at me. It's letting me know that it's about to die, so I am unfortunately going to have to cut this video a lot shorter than I meant to. And those are my dogs, letting me know that they wish to come in. But anyways, those are my makes. I was pretty desperate to use up the orange yarn, so that's why the blanket is so long. This is going to someone in need of a blanket here locally to me. What else should I say? Oh, you know what? Because the yarn is much thinner than a worsted weight yarn, I ended up using a 5mm hook to get the most bang for my buck. Because what I like to try to do is use the largest hook I can possibly, or that I can comfortably use with the yarn to make the item, so that I can use up more and it'll expand faster. Yeah. That's it for now. I'll probably be making a couple more videos since this one is a lot shorter than I thought it would be. So until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.